Congressman Dennis Kucinich, who is one of the most fearless members of Congress and absolutely honest, lost his seat in Ohio, not because he's unpopular in his district, but because his opponent and his districts were put into a duel to the death merger by a Republican redistricting committee. And in all fairness, I believe that districts should be assigned with a radius. You have a center point and a radius so that districts are 20 miles in radius, etc. It's a simple way to avoid all gerrymandering eternally. As populations rise and fall, the radiuses get smaller and larger. And areas where there's an intersection, you can divide as long as the division. You can use a computer to generate this. I mean, there's just going to be where the circles overlap in certain areas. It's going to fill in by proportion in that area. So it's going to reduce the potential area for gerrymandering to only where the radiuses overlap. Now, let's see here. So that's issue one in electoral reform. The second issue is we had Alan Grayson targeted. Now, here's some of the firebrand stuff Alan Grayson said. So you see on the left and the right, we've got our favorite people, and they get targeted for disposal because they're too far out of the mainstream.
The Republicans are sort of comparing you to the Joe Wilson situation in Congress. Well, how is it? Because I didn't insult the president in front of 40 million people.
But you did insult Republicans.
Every Republican.
No, what the Republicans have been doing is an insult to America.
No, Republicans, I'm not attacking you. I'm saying listen to this guy as somebody.
Neanderthals who think they could dictate policy to America by being stubborn. And I think the time is over. We had an election. That's it. Now we have to move ahead in just the way the president wants.
You see,
to take care of the 47 million people in this country who have no coverage at all.
Okay, so that's Alan Grayson. So it's time for me to be able to, instead of voting for Barbara Boxer, Dianne Feinstein, and Anna Eshoo, who are all have their merits, I could vote for the two guys I like the best. No offense to my local people, those who I like and dislike, I'm not going to get into. But I would like to vote for Ron Paul type or Dennis Kucinich type or an Alan Grayson type. And so I think I should be able to vote for anyone, anywhere nationwide. And the top 100 candidates, for example, would take office. And you could weight it towards states. In other words, you could say that my vote, and that would actually show the reality because my vote would be diluted by the state weighting. So your vote would have a plus, 7% weight if you're from a small state, because you're guaranteed a certain number of congressmen as a base. So, but I think it's time for us to consider this. Thank you, good night, and good luck.